Here you can see that I got a drawing with about 4 layers, simple drawing with 4 layers. So let's say I want to move them around in perspective to give it a bit of a depth effect. For that, what we can use is we can use the perspective tool, which is there in Toon Boom. So over here on the top right, you can see that besides the camera and the drawing, there's this other plus icon right over here where you can access the perspective view right over here. So once you go into perspective, you'll be able to see the perspective view. So you can zoom out by using the middle mouse button right over here. And then to rotate out, you can actually go over here onto the hand tool. Here's the rotate view, and you can rotate it around to the side just like this. And you can see that everything is there on the plane axis. So this is similar to how you would use After Effects and other 3D applications. So everything is flat out. But what this does is now you don't even have something like a perspective right over here. Another thing you can do is you can press the plus icon right here and go to the top view as well. And here you can actually see how everything works. Like you can see all of the layers right over here. You can select it out right over here and then arrange it out to place. So now let's do this. Let's arrange a bit of a Z depth over here. So you can see that I can select the sky over here, and what I can do is now I can select the translate tool, and the sky is being selected right now. Let's go to the perspective. The sky is being selected, and you can see that there's the dot right here. I can actually push this backward over here, and that actually changes out the perspective, as you can see. So now that is in the back layer. But if I were to go to the camera now, you can see that the size of the sky changed as well. So that is not what I wanted. Fortunately, what we can do is we can press Ctrl Z. We can maintain the size of the objects as they go farther behind. So as they go farther, they become larger so that the view of the camera doesn't actually change according to what I do to push it back. So I can go over here onto the sky right over here. So sky is way at the back. So I'm going to go around here into the translate tool right here, and I'm going to click on this maintain size. Once I do that, what happens is that now I can push it back, and you can see that the size changes as I push it back right over here. So as I push it backwards, you can see that the size changes accordingly right over here. I can do the same with the mountains. So you can see that this is changed out. So maintain size is on. As I push it backward, it becomes larger to maintain the perspective and the size. So similarly, I'm going to go around with the car as well, push it backward over here, just like that. So let's see around and rotate around to see the perspective. So see how they are actually placed now. So the one in the front is the grass, then it's the car, then it's the mountains, then the sky. And you'll be able to see this on the Z depth. So actually what was happening is that the Z depth was being pushed out over here. So you can see that the Z position is being pushed out along with the scale when we actually selected the maintain size. So now if I were to go back to the camera, you can see that everything is just like that. And it doesn't actually matter. So you go to perspective just like that. I can move around and see that this is what it looks like. So if I want to animate camera and so forth, then this will actually be very helpful now. So talking about camera, let's add in a camera and a peg to control the camera. So to do that, first of all, I need to go into Windows, into toolbar, into display. So mine is already checked on, so you can see display right here. You need to change it into display all for the next process to work. So once you change display all, now what you can do is you can add in a camera. So I'm going to go to the camera right here. I'm going to add in a camera, and to control the camera I need a peg. So I need to add in a peg, and then there you go. The camera is now the child of the peg right over here. And as I move around the peg, for example, if I were to go to perspective right over here, I don't see the camera right over here. That is because the camera is turned off. So you can see that there's show hide camera. Let me just turn that on. And now you can see the camera right over there. So now you can go to the peg right over here. And here's the path and everything else. So let me go to the camera right over here and change the position. So as I change the so I change the angle. I don't want to change the angle, but I want to change the path right here. So as I change the path right over here, as you can see, so I can go below, I can go up right over here, and you can see the mountain, they change the perspective right over here. You can move it to the left. You can see that the mountains at the back don't move in the same rate as the sky and the grass in front, just like that, because they are in a different plane now. So that is how you work around with the perspective tool and add in camera into Toon Boom and then add in the camera control. So in the next lesson, we're going to see on how to animate the camera. So hope you guys learned something as always. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.